Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome to the start of season number 3 on Roda to Glory. Today we take on AZ Alkmaar and FC Groningen as we open up the Eredivisie season for the third time in a row. Hopefully hoping to take the next step up the league table. So there's been a huge turnover in the football club. We've got pretty much, I don't know, about 8 new starters, I think, on the start of this year. But anyway, without further ado, let's introduce you to the new stars of Roda JC. First up, Gillian Gulu. I brought him in as a backup keeper to Hidde Juris, which, by the way, signed another year contract on loan to us. Very, very promising Belgian goalkeeper. Only 18 years old. He's got tons and tons of potential. I'm sure he'll be a starter in no time. Then we brought in defender Baptiste Boris. As you can see, French, 5'11", centre-half. Again, tons and tons of potential. Had a really nice, solid pre-season. Paying a lot of money, though. £4,000 a week for this gentleman to get him to sign. So far, he put in some good shifts, but I do expect him to get a little bit better as the season progresses. Next up, brought in a defensive midfielder to challenge Nascerano, Eddie Simon, who is a French player. As you can see, he is a holding midfielder. Pretty talented, can use as a defensive midfielder primarily. Definitely a much more defensive-minded player. Then we brought in Armand Weil, who is a defensive forward. Again, you can see the potential in this guy, mentally speaking, fantastic. Technical, got some work to do there. He's been playing in the reserves to start the season. I'll try and get him out on loan if I possibly can. Then you bought in a right winger, Timothy Antoine. We talked about him at the end of last season. He signed on a pre-contract deal. Doesn't actually fit the current system and use him for today's game. He'll be on the bench just in case you want to change things up. But the guy is a very talented young winger. Tons of pace, great crossing ability, flair, determination, teamwork, work rate, passing, excellent. Really, really good, promising winger here. Next up, we brought in Wim de Wolf. Now, that is an absolutely epic name. As you can see, he is a left back. He can play as a left wing back primarily. Crossing is okay, get better at that. But mentally, physically, superb. Technically, a little bit of work to do, but we'll have to see how he progresses. For the start of the season, he'll back up Jay Da Silva, who has returned for another year on loan. Next up, we have another French striker here, Bilal Garashi. Now, Bilal Garashi is a complete forward already. He's only 19 years old. Signed him for a free transfer. This kid is going to be really good, and he's going to partner Bill up top to start the season. Again, paying him a lot of money. £6,750 a week is a lot of money for spent on a 19-year-old, but I think this kid is worth every single penny of it. Physically speaking, he's beyond his years. Technically speaking, he's also very, very gifted. Finishing could be a little bit better, and I think over time that attribute will go up, I think, naturally. The guy is definitely a special talent to keep an eye on. Next, we brought up a backup centre-half, 18-year-old Chris de Groot. I am Groot, as I kind of want to keep repeating every time I hear his name. Physically speaking, mentally, technically, he's got a lot of work to do, but for the start of the season, he'll provide backup, because unfortunately, Sebastian Bassong, he decided he didn't want to play for the club anymore. He wanted to return to France, so we sold him on. So Chris de Groot will be the number 1 backup. Then you brought in Muslim Kilic, who is a Turkish right winger, plays at the under-21 sides. By the way, 18 years old, put him on a free transfer. Again, this is a player that has a lot of potential, start off in the reserves, but I think over time he'll start to get a few more first-team opportunities. We still have Henk Dijkhuizen, and we still have Freddy Nunu. So unfortunately, his playing time will be limited. I may try and look for a loan deal for him at some point. All right, next up, we brought in Jorge Decio, another striker. This guy's an Argentine, under-20 international player. Tons of potential, is a natural at the attacking midfield role and as a striker. Finishing first touch, sublime, as you would expect from any good South American. Mentally speaking, really, really good as well, sharp, and physically he's great as well. 18 years old. I think we got a real steal here. All right, next up, we brought in a little bit of a gamble, this one, a little bit outside the box. Diego El Gazabal, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He doesn't look very interested to be here, but he is 6'5", Spanish striker. Physically speaking, excellent. Still got a bit of work to do technically, mentally. He'll start off in the reserves, see how he develops. But definitely a promising looking player, but I'm not expecting fireworks out of him. All right, and the most experienced player we brought in, Martin Spielman. I brought him in pretty much because of the beard. I love the beard so much. And not to mention his versatility is going to be good for us too. He can play anywhere through the middle, play right midfield as well. But primarily, I'm looking to bring him on as an experienced head because we've got so many young players in the squad. We have to try and balance it with a little bit of experience. All right, so going out of the club, on the right-hand side, you can see we lent our third goalkeeper, Boyd Dirksen. He's gone to Grashof. Danny's gone on loan to Wilhelm for the season. He wasn't getting any game with these new young prospects. Novakovic, our 4th choice keeper, went on loan to Fortuna. Ingles went to Wilhelm II. Nicky Soren went to Dordrecht. Darryl Worker went to Dordrecht. I might bring back Darryl Worker, though, because I didn't think Basong was going to move on, but he did. He went to Nantes, as I mentioned earlier. And I sent Sebastian James back on loan for the season. Again, he's not quite as good as the players I brought in, so he's going to spend some time away and try and build up some of his attributes. But anyway, let's get straight into today's action up against AZ Alkmaar. Actually, before we do that, let's go take a look at the season preview, shall we? Now, they have us as 11th in the table, which is 1 spot ahead of prediction last year. They believe they finished 12th. I'm hoping for better. I want to get into Europe if I possibly can. That is the goal, ultimately the goal, and that's obviously the next logical step. And obviously I would like to get further in the cup if possible as well. Those are my 2 goals for the season. We'll have to see if we can obtain them. So today's team, this is how we're going to line up. You're going to see a brand new tactic to go with the brand new players as well. I wanted to utilize 2 strikers up top because obviously we have the talent to accompany 2 strikers up top. This is the lineup we're going with. Hideyoshi is going to start in goal, Anunu at right back, Boris and Morala through the middle of defense, Jay De Silva attacking fullback as usual. Nascimento comes into the side as a deep line playmaker, still growing, still developing. This guy again is probably the best player at the club right now, which is kind of weird to say, him being so young. But anyway, he's only at 90%. He just returned from an injury. We've got to bring him off at some point, but he will start the game today. Martin Spellman and Natic will start in midfield together as Caroleros. I might change it to ball-winning midfielders if it doesn't quite work out for me, but we'll start with Caroleros, see how they look. Paulson's going to play in the hole behind the 2 strikers, simply because Jeff Van Adelaide has just returned from injury. He's not really fit to start, and Desio, who would normally play that role, is unfortunately unable to play today due to injury. Unfortunately, Jorge Desio is going to be out 6 days to 3 weeks, so it's very unlikely you'll see him in today's episode. And leading the line, we got Bill, top goal scorer last season, and he'll partner Garishe up top. Alright, so here we go. First game of the season. Obviously, we'd like to get off to a good start. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? We have the talent to do so. It'd just be interesting to see. It could be almost a kind of a challenging season. Obviously, I'm hoping for success, and I do believe the quality to achieve it. But it could be a transition period just because of how many young players we do have in the squad. And keep in mind, this is a brand new tactic as well. We're going to have to iron out some of the problems with it. Preseason went okay. We played well with the tactic, but it's nothing compared to actually playing in the league up against real opposition like AZ. All right, first highlights of the season. Here's Alariza to Van Overeem. There's Aliza. Got to the byline, cross in, and that's an easy finish at the back post from Bel Hassini. Got the wrong side of Jay De Silva there, and it was an easy tap in from about 2 yards out there. Not the best of starts, is it? No, unfortunately, Jay De Silva kind of fell asleep at the back post. He isn't known for... honestly, Jay De Silva really isn't that great of a defender. It could be problematic. Again, Gersbach did finish the season off there ahead of De Silva. And speaking of De Silva, he actually just picked up a knock, and Anunu has actually going to have to be taken off. So I've got to make 2 changes here within 28 minutes. That's not very ideal, is it? But what we can do, though, is lucky enough, we have De Wolf. He's going to make his debut today. Welcome to the team. He plays wing back on defend, and then at least Henk, I can play him on fullback attack. So here we go. 2 changes. Let's see if it changes our fortunes here in the first half. All right, Boris wins it in the air. There's Garashi looking for Bill, and he's found him now. Bill is through on goal. Shoots. Oh, aim for the back post, which is all I wanted there, but not a great finish there from Bill. All right, end of the first half here, and we're still 1-0 down. We're actually playing pretty good. We're not keeping possession. No, that's a little bit concerning. But apart from that, our performance has actually been pretty good, honestly. I knew this was going to be a tough game coming into it. I think we've only ever drew 1 game against AZ Alkmaar in the 5 previous appearances, and we've lost 4 of them. So I knew this was going to be a tough game today. So honestly, right now, we're not playing badly. We're still in this game. We're not being outclassed, which is pleasing. All right. Chance here. Souza to Windle in the box. So Balhassani gets his 2nd goal of the game. Not quite sure who was picking him up, but that was too easy of a finish. Yeah, that was far too easy there. First of all, from the player to get the cross in, and Balhassani had a good 3 or 4 yards on the defender there. That's not good defending. All right, throw in here, deep inside the AZ half, so we get a goal back quickly. Dijkhuizen cross into Bill. There you go, first goal of the season for Bill. First of many, I'm sure. And Henk Dijkhuizen getting himself an assist off the bat as well. Got himself quite a few assists last season. I believe the total was 7, question mark. But good cross there for Bill. And Bill fits the bill on this occasion. All right, making a change here. Paulson has been pretty appalling as the advanced playmaker, despite being natural to the role. With options on the bench, I'm going to bring on Jeff Rene Adelaide, though. I believe he has the most talent available on the bench. Let's bring him on. Let's see if we can get back in this game. Only 1 goal down, so as long as you stay remotely tight, we're still in this game. Here's Workhorse to Belhassani. To Mitzo, back to Gabelson on the overlap. Cross the ball in, and it's well cleared. And here's a chance hit on the counter-attack. Now, Garashi has been quiet, but he played a great through ball. Bill, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Oh, what a goal from Bill. Take a bow, son. That was absolutely fantastic. What a finish there from Bill. Great through ball there from Garashi as well, who hasn't actually played that well, honestly. He's been kind of invisible, but that is a deft chip there over the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic finish, and Bill makes it 2-2. All right, it's 83 minutes on the clock here, and it's still 2-2. Here's Nascimento. Hits it long. Found Natic now. He's got plenty of space. He finds Bill. Bill drives forwards here, looking to create. Looking at his hat-trick, of course, too. There's Dijkhuizen, puts the ball in, and there's Garashi. Gets in there, 3-2. The comeback is complete. Fantastic finish there from Garashi. First goal in the black and yellow army there for Garashi. Great Blayfin, great driving run from Bill. Dijkhuizen with his second assist of the game. Great volley there, keeping no chance. 3-2. Get in there, my son. All right, just 4 minutes better than time here. Let's not do something stupid and throw this away. Here's Bawassani, of course, is on a hat-trick as well, puts it to Weghorst. Weghorst is through on goal, holds the ball well. Great cross there. Borges gets it half clear. Spellman does the rest. And we're holding on here just about. Here's Uris looking for Bill. Bill does well to flick it on. Adelaide can't get there, though. Here's Reinstra to Mitzo, to Weghorst. It's a good-looking build-up here for Akmar. And Belazim's through on goal. Oh, what a saving tackle that was from Dijkhuizen. Tell you what, that could have won us 2 points there. Fantastic tackle there from Dijkhuizen. But the pressure's not quite over yet. Still a couple of corners here. Ball's whipped in. De Haas with a header, and well claimed there from Hidder Uris in goal. Last ditch corner here. Ball's whipped in, and good save there from Hidder Uris. So, we've just got a minute now to hold on for our first ever win against AZ Alkmaar. Ball goes along. Agrashi with the flick on. Adelaide's going to get there 1-on-1 with the keeper. Jeff running Adelaide. Oh, hit it straight at him, you freaking Arsenal donkey. Oh, you must have learned your finishing from Olivier Giroud. Actually, that's a bit harsh. Giroud was a pretty decent striker. Think of an Arsenal striker that never scored a goals. Adebayor. There you go. Here's Grashi now through on goal. 4-2. Get in there. 2 goals down. Come back here to win 4-2. Fantastic result. Great build-up play too, actually, and a wonderful finish there from the Frenchman. He's making me eat my words, as it were, with replying after I called his performance shit, essentially. But he's responded pretty well, I'd say. All right, so that should be the end of the game now. Just waiting for the referee to blow the full-time whistle. And we get our first win over AZ Alkmaar, and that is a fantastic way to start the season indeed. The boys show character out there. Despite their youth and inexperience, we showed a lot of character and got a awesome victory to start the season. So next up we got FC Groningen. I'll see you guys just before the game. Alright, so here we go on our second game of the campaign up against FC Groningen now. A couple of injury concerns. Jada Silva is fit and able to play, but I will start the Wolf today. Adelaide should be good to go. I might start him against Paulison. And Decio is actually fit enough to sit on the bench, but probably won't utilize him. But anyway, going into today's game, we're going to put Decio on the bench because I'm too lazy to go to my reserve team. Anyway, yes, Paulison will be switched out here for Adelaide. Beautiful, and everything looks pretty good. All right, so let's roll with today's team. Hidder Uris is also going to start in goal. Dijkhuizen, Borhaus, Borges, I guess, Morala, De Wolf, Nascimento, Spellman, Natic, Adelaide, Bill, and Garashi, of course, leading the line. All right, here we go. Second game of the episode here, up against Groningen, who actually opened the season with a win as well. So let's get a win. Nothing more to say, really. Just get a win. I wish team talks were that easy. All right, here's a big injury. Borges. Actually, according to my assistant manager, our best centre-half has gone down with a knock. So Chris de Groot will make his debut today. Chris is actually a bit more of a left-back, apparently. Well, sign him as a centre half. Hang on. We'll work that out in the very near future. So he's going to come on here. He's going to switch to the left side because it makes a little bit more natural sense. All right, so big debut here for De Groot. Let's see how he responds. All right, first out of the game here. Here's Peters on the ball to Bakuna, to Jensen. Jensen finds Peters to Levine, who's their own hot shots, young new gen there. Italian striker, 6'6". Really talented individual target man. Actually, it's a player I tried to sign over the preseason as well, but unfortunately couldn't agree at terms with his team, so we'll have to move on. All right, so far, first half, doing okay. Groningen had the best opportunities so far, you could say. 7 shots to our 4, possessions about 50-50. Here's Dijkhausen now, though. Gets the byline, cross it in, looking for Bill, can't win it. There's Spellman. To Garage to the back post, great save there from the keeper. Good chance there. That probably has to go down as a clear-cut chance. And we got some bad news as well. Looks like Nascimento's picked up a knock. That would be a big blow if we lost him. He's instrumental to our playing style in midfield. Can't really risk losing Nascimento over an extended period of time. I'm going to have to take him off here. That means I've got to change the team around a little bit because Eddie Simon, it really isn't, or Eddie Simon, I'm not quite sure what it is. But anyway, Eddie is not really a playmaker. So we'll bring him on as a defensive midfielder. How are we going to change this? You know what? We'll do this for now. We'll see how the players react. And if I have to change around some creative options, I will. All right, so here's Natic now. Start the second half. Here's Adrissi, who's picked up a knock as well for Groningen. He's taken on the young De Wolf. Good tackle there from De Wolf. Here's Natic to Garashi. I mean, this season, essentially, Garashi and Bill are going to be key, and that is why beautiful football there. The two are striking up at a fantastic partnership already. Bill and Garashi. Bill and Belil. I always forget his first name is Belil. Anyway, fantastic there from Bill. Start the season very strongly there. Good finish there of his left foot as well. So 1-0 up early in the second half. Good start. And here's Adrissi now. Throws it into Jensen. Jensen cross it in. We do well to half clear, but only as far as Bakuna. Ball bounce in the box. Too easy. Turns and smashed it past Eurus in goal. So disappointing concede straight away. Well, that shows a lack of concentration. Taking off at this highlights again. Yeah, there's that striker Levine. Kept it alive there. Being 6'6", that'll happen a lot. Kept it alive for them, and just a good finish, really. Anyway, Spellman's put it in. De Groot with a header! I Am Groot has now just scored in his debut. Gets in there. Set piece routine. Spellman at the near post. Spellman's crossing at the near post. Great leap and header there from De Groot. And it's back 2-1 up. Sorry, we're 2-1 up. We are winning. Wow, words are very, very hard for me today. Anyway, here's Levine to Peters, turns in the box. Oh, that was half a chance there for Levine. Probably should have been 2-2. All right, here's Adelaide's going to put the ball in. Nobody attacked it. There's Eddie Simon at the edge of the area. Great strike there from the defensive midfielder there. Another player looking for his goal in his debut. Here's Tafani in the box. Oh, it's gone in. Hidde Eurus has chucked that ball in. Should have saved it. It went through a lot of bodies, but Hidde Eurus probably saw enough of it to make the save. Take another look at this again. Well-worked set-piece routine. And yeah, Hidde Eurus kind of blinded there from the Groningen strikers, but still should have saved it. Alright, let's make a change in midfield. So, we've got Jules Jacobs on the bench. Let's bring him on. Let's play him as a Carolero. It's a bit natural to that role. So bring on Jacobs, a bit more creative than Natic. Here's Jensen in the corner. They've caused us no end of problems here with the corner kick. There's Thani. Got the equaliser. Back to Jensen. Back to Thani. Puts the ball in. Oh, that was a great chance for Semberg to put Groningen ahead. So far, I mean, apart from our early goal, it's essentially really been all Groningen here in the second half. Eurus hits it long, looking for Bill. Can't find it, but he will pick up the loose pieces. Keeps it in for the Groningen player, which is not ideal. Here's Lozano now. Terrible effort there from the striker, and we got off the hook. Alright, here's Bill now. Just approaching the end of regulation here, and that's giving the ball away cheaply again. We can't seem to keep the ball up top. Here's the Wolf looking for Garashi. He's found him. The Garashi does well to beat his man. Great cross to Bill! Get in there. I tell you what, these two are gonna fire us into Europe this season. I've got a great feeling about this season. It's awesome to see these guys linking up so well, and they haven't even got the relationship connection points. You know, they're not even developed that yet, but they're already finding each other in great situations. And Bill gets his 4th goal of the season in only the 2nd game. Here's a late chance, though, for Groningen here from a set piece. Van Wert, good tackle there from De Groot. He's had a pretty solid debut. Obviously, getting a goal helps. Here's Adelaide. He's been very quiet today, but does well to beat his man. Adelaide's easy tackle, but there's the full-time whistle was gone. That makes it 2 wins in a row to start the campaign. 3-2 victory. Well grinded out in the end, because Groningen did come in hard against us midway through the second half. Honestly, and I'm just very happy to get a 3-2 victory here. Can't say it was deserved, but we'll take it. All right, so the injury news is Baptiste is going to be out 11 days to 3 weeks, which is disappointing, really. And Nascimento as well. He's going to be out 1 to 2 days with bruised ankle. Nascimento, that's not a problem. He's back for the next game. But the Baptiste Boris gives us a little bit of a problem at the centre half now. I may have to call back Dowell Worker if I possibly can. But yeah, fantastic start to the campaign. Obviously, Bill is a man on fire right now. Got himself 4 goals in just 2 appearances. Fantastic stuff from him. And then obviously Bill Karashi as well. He's having another great start to the campaign. They're forming a really strong partnership up top. 2 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists, average rating of 8.85. I would say the £120,000 I paid for him, it's looking like a little bit of a bargain. Anyway, but thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the start of the campaign. What are your predictions for the season? Do you think we'll make it to Europe this year? What do you think we'll finish in the table? Obviously, these 2 games are giving you a little bit of an indication on the attacking prowess this team now has in store. We need to prove ourselves at the back. That's without a question or doubt. But let me know in the comments below. Where do you think we're going to finish? Anyway, the next episode, what we'll do is we'll go to the end of September, which is Feyenoord and ADO Den Haag. We'll play those 2 games live on camera for you, and I'll see you guys in the very next episode. We're back with Season 3, exciting young prospects on the way. I'm very excited to get this save rolling. But thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.